So in this video, guys, I'm gonna be transforming our 240,000 mile F150 work truck into the dream off-roading build. We are partnering up with Rough Country to turn this F150 and give it an entirely new life and actually enjoy this thing on the weekends, take it camping, off-roading, and all that good stuff. Honestly, guys, I thought this car was at the end of its life here at the business because we pretty much just use it day to day for towing and all that good stuff. And I was pretty much just kind of wrote it off in terms of the condition of the car. Front and rear bumper has seen better days. The rear trunk has seen better days. The interior is honestly still in pretty good shape for 240,000 miles. But again, guys, we're gonna be completely transforming this thing from suspension to wheels to a lift to a tent box to so much more. So you guys, just stay tuned for this video because this thing's gonna be completely transformed. So let's go ahead and go to the second shop, guys, and show you guys everything that we got for the F-150. Just made it here to the second shop, guys, where we have all the Rough Country gear chilling like a villain. I am super excited to get our roof box on there. We have the cage, the bumpers, the lift kit, the wheels, the tires, everything here, guys, and so much more. For those of you guys who've been following me for a while, I did a Rough Country build in the past on my Nissan Titan, and it came out absolutely amazing. And now this build is gonna bring this F-150 back to life. Around 240,000 miles, people typically don't dump about $8,000 worth of upgrades into their car, but it's an F-150 Platinum, boys. Let's bring it back to life. So now that we got everything loaded up, guys, let's go ahead, head down, and get all these bad boys mounted. All right, guys, just got to the tire shop. I'll come back to you guys once these tires are mounted. So now that we got the suspension dialed in our F-150 Platinum, this thing looks absolutely amazing. We got the lift kit installed, all Rough Country parts, which was absolutely amazing. We have Rough Country tires, Rough Country wheels, these brawn wheels, guys, with this silver. It just looks absolutely stunning. When I wanted to do a build like this, I was thinking all these trucks that look super sick are honestly 100,000 plus K trucks. This truck you can get for $5,000, and if you get the Platinum, it looks even better in the interior. You guys can check it out. We got the brown interior, which looks really good with the bronze wheels. It's heated cooling, it has a tow package, all the good stuff. This does have 250,000 miles. The reason why we got it for so cheap, but I bought this from the original one owner. It was all freeway miles, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna stop glorifying the truck right now. We do have these amazing wheels and tires and suspension, but now we have to complement it with some more upgrades from Rough Country. First thing we're gonna go ahead and knock out is this front bumper. Now I do like this front bumper. It is the Platinum bumper, so it is paint match. So actually this thing still has some good value in the secondhand market. These new bumpers from Rough Country don't only look better, but at the same time is gonna add a lot more durability to this truck, because once we get this truck where we want it in the end, which is pretty much gonna be an off-roading truck, we can take it out with confidence without actually destroying the car, because that bumper is pretty flimsy, the front bumper is pretty flimsy. These bumpers are gonna bolt up straight to the chassis and they can take a hit. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get to our boxes. We have a stack of them right over here, chilling, guys. Pretty excited to see this, guys. There's two options. There's one with a winch and there's one without. I believe I got the one without, but I don't remember exactly because it's been a while. They know what they're doing on their packaging, let me tell you, because this is proper. Alrighty. Let's check out the small box first. We'll see what's going on in there. I'm assuming this is hardware for the front bumper, but I have no idea. Okay, we got a bunch of hardware in here. And that's because we went with the one with the LED bars. So the center LED bars and the lights on the sides. This thing is gonna be super sick. I remember there was the one with the tow hitch or one with the light. I went with the one with the lights because honestly, realistically, guys, I'm probably not gonna use a tow hitch. And I think the way this one looks is better. And I feel like I'm just gonna need the lights more because honestly, guys, I use this truck primarily for towing, and the places I go at night, I can't really see. And I have no LED bar on the top of my truck either. And I don't really wanna drill holes up there. So I think this is the way to go. And check out those lights, guys. Oh my God, with the Rough Country badge on there, they look so good. And these are the other lights for the other side. So here is the bumper. Currently it's sitting upside down. You guys can see the details of the Rough Country right over here. The lights as well, guys, on the sides have these Rough Country clips on there. You can pretty much pop it off if you want it to be extra bright. It even has like the Rough Country logo down here as well. And it looks like we do have a little bit of work on our hands right now. This isn't your typical direct bumper swap, but this is a custom bumper, so that does make sense. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the truck parked inside of the garage so we can pop off the old bumper and then get everything assembled to the new bumper so we can get this thing mounted up. So I'm gonna end up doing this swap the same way you guys would with the instructions they give you guys in the box. Literally step by step with pictures, which is pretty nice. Literally the only thing you can get better than this is a video. So yeah, since we're not gonna be using our phone, let's go ahead and use this. So now that we got the hooks off, we need to pretty much get this shield off. It's just pretty much held on by some clips. And then after that, there's just 2 bolts on each frame rail. There's one there, one over here. Same on that side. And this entire bumper is gonna come off as a complete assembly. And just like that, guys, the whole bumper is off. Honestly, guys, that was the easiest bumper I've ever removed in my entire life. I work on BMWs all day, Porsches, stuff like that. And this, guys, it's so easy, especially considering because it's a truck, no jacks needed. So at this point, I'm pretty sure the next steps is starting to add the new bracket so we can actually get the new bumper on the car. So we got the original hooks back on the truck using also a little spacer. We're using 18 mil, a nut there, 18 mil, nut, crusher washer, all that good stuff. We got the bars right here. That's gonna be holding on the new bumper. Everything is sturdy, bolted back up. Everything's looking great. So now, with all this extra hardware, we're gonna leave that because we're gonna be using that to put the bumper on the car. At this point, we're gonna be putting all the fog lights and all the new LED lighting on this bumper and then mounting the bumper onto the truck. So let's go ahead and find a place to set this bumper on so we don't scratch it up. If you guys are looking at from this orientation, so yeah, this is the RC logo, cable on the bottom. This bracket should be facing not like this, but like this. So when it's actually facing up, you guys can see that looks pretty flat, rather than if it's the other way, it's gonna always be angled. So we're gonna go ahead and slide it through here and then get our bolts right in there on both sides. And end product should look something like this in the end. And this can still move even after tightening up the bolts. It'll just be a lot stiffer, which is how it's supposed to be. Now for the fun part, let's go ahead and get our new lights on the bumper. I think I like them like that, so let's go ahead and just get those tightened up. Now that those are both installed, let's go ahead and do the other side. Let me go ahead and do it. You guys don't need to see it twice. And I figured I'd throw in this light as well. For this one, there's an L bracket. You pretty much put the longer bolt, the nut, and then on this side, you put the shorter bolt, call it a day. So that is now fully mounted. All the lights are fully mounted. We do all of the wiring, but we do that in the end. Let's go ahead, set you guys up, and get this front bumper on the car. So I'm not gonna lie, guys, I am struggling to put this on my own. This is a very heavy bumper, but I think I'm getting there. I put in the 6 bolts in the back there. I just need to put on the nuts now and screw it all in. So fingers crossed that goes smoothly. So the good news is the bumper's on the car. The bad news is we're running out of daylight. I'm gonna have to knock this out tomorrow in terms of the wiring. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And good morning, guys. This is the next morning. We're back with the F150 and we're gonna make this thing fully light up right now. So you guys can see it from the front. I absolutely love the front end of this car. You guys can see with the rough country suspension down there, currently being hid by a shield. I low-key want to remove it so we can expose this. Honestly, just might. Now the gaps could be better over here in this section. Basically, I just need somebody pushing it up over here as I'm tightening the bolts. It was super hard to do it just from the center by myself. So once we get this thing fully wired up and get the rest of the kit on the car, I'm actually gonna take this to the other shop, have the boys on each side lift this thing up, loosen the bolts, retighten, and this thing will come out absolutely perfect. But yeah, at this point, guys, let's go ahead and work on the wiring. So these contacts are not really looking too pretty right now. So I gotta go ahead and get all this stuff cleaned up a little bit, at least with what I have at this shop right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the 3 separate harnesses. It's gonna wire all this directly to the battery. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our 3 positives right now and just put it right on the positive. Go ahead and hand tighten that for now. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go ahead and just angle this the way I want it and then just tighten those up, and then we're gonna go ahead and end up zip tying these 3 together and tuck it in right here on the side of the battery. Now, in case you guys are wondering if these metal prongs are grounds, they're not. If you guys look on the back side, it's just metal on plastic. So these, you don't have to worry about it touching metal. they're not gonna go ahead and affect anything. So the other wiring that we have wiring that needs to go inside of the car so we can actually click the button, and we have the other wiring that needs to go down to the fogs. So I'm gonna go ahead and route everything. Actually, you guys can see right here, there's some factory clips. You can actually route the wiring where we want to route it for the buttons. So I'm gonna go ahead and route the wiring up there for the buttons, and the other wiring, I'm actually gonna route it down here. It's the opening right over here, and then pretty much just bring all the wiring and connect it down here and zip tie it all. So I'll show you guys once I actually get all that done, because that's gonna take a minute, but it's honestly a very easy job. And I'll show you guys how I'm actually gonna get the buttons inside the firewall. All right, I just kind of roughly wired it all up. I have not used any zip ties yet. I kind of roughly wired it up. Let's go ahead, put some power to it, and see if all these light up. I don't know about you guys, but it looks like everything's working. Let's go ahead and fix all of our wiring, get it all routed, get it all zip tied, so this thing's gonna be absolutely complete. So great news, guys. Everything got routed exactly the way I want it. Tested absolutely everything, and it looks absolutely amazing. So you guys can see right now with the bumper, it looks super aggressive. Everything is tightened up. Again, I still gotta make those adjustments on each side when I have two other guys helping me out with this bumper. But we went ahead and reinstalled the latch. I have the wiring routed right over here. I'll show you guys where it started. So basically, again, the fuse taps are over, the relays are over here, the fuses are over here. We have all the grounds and positives. I routed all the buttons over there, put a zip tie right over here, routed it through the firewall. Those cables pull out really easy, the firewall cables, tucked it in, and when I pressed it in, it sealed up perfectly as well. So it's honestly a really good spot for that. And then I went ahead and put all three buttons there with the 3M tape right over here. This is the center light, this is the two outers, and this is the two inners. I figured for myself, why actually have this functioning as a separate light and that one functioning as a separate light? I pretty much had one of the harnesses route for the outers and then the other harness route for the inners, and I pretty much position the outers outwards so I can see, for example, a trail. If I want to see it directly in front of me, I just go ahead and flip the switch for the inners, and if I want to see a wider area, I just go ahead and flip the outer, and then that's gonna be much, and that's just gonna serve a better purpose. Now in regards to wiring the lights, it honestly didn't come through here. I routed it behind the fender liner just for a cleaner look, and then I pretty much zip tied it right over here. I zip tied all the wires for this fog light over here, and then routed it through over here. Just pretty much honestly left this all loose, zip tied it right over here where the big connector is, and then did the exact same thing on that side. And this thing is now fully complete, bolted up, and looking absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and shut the hood. Just like that, guys. That is one aggressive F-150, guys. It looks absolutely amazing. I believe the rear doesn't have lights. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think it actually has lights. So I think that one's gonna be easier. Now, this is an F-150 Platinum, and I know the Lariats also have a couple things. So this rear bumper actually has some lights right here. It has PDCs. Let's go ahead and unbox the bumper and see if we're gonna be compromising on those. If so, I don't really use them that much. If we can retain those features, it'd be pretty sick. So let's go ahead and unbox the rear bumper and get that on the car. So now that we got the truck reversed back into the shop, let's go ahead and get this rear bumper off. The first thing we're gonna have to do is actually just remove all the sensors. So there's one sensor over here, one sensor over here, a light here. I don't know if I need to, I think we have to transfer, I'm not sure actually. I've never actually used what that, I don't even know what that is, to be honest. And then all the other sensors as well. It does look like the bumper has the sensor cutouts to where you can swap those over, so that is a huge plus. I'll show you guys the bumper here in a minute, but in the meantime, let's go ahead, take off all those sensors, and then remove this bumper. I believe there's only 3 bolts on each side of the bumper as well. The license plate lights were such a pain to disconnect, but anyways, other than that, everything else was very easy. Let's take off this rear bumper and get on with the new one. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys, this bumper is so much heavier than the factory bumper. So this is definitely beefier. The original one, honestly, is very flimsy. Mine was sagging in the center, so it's kind of annoying. But this one right here is back braking, which again, when it comes to trucks, the heavier duty, the better. Oh, wow. We got some cables. Yeah, so this one looks like it's the one with the lights. And I'm assuming the lights are gonna be in here. Oh yeah. Some more LED lights for the rear. This is gonna be super sick. All right, let's go ahead and get this monstrosity out of here. Like I told you guys, this thing is crazy. Oh, heavy. All right, guys. This is honestly a really high quality bumper. This thing even has metal PDC connectors where you pretty much could slide your PDC into it, like literally perfectly cut out. I'll show you guys the detail of this bumper. It's actually phenomenal. So if you guys check this out, check out the detail. They actually added all these fins to hold in the PDC sensors like factory. That is really, really impressive. Other companies literally just put like, they have a hole here and then they put like a bracket and you screw in like that. It's not the most secure way, but it works. But that's impressive. And it looks like this is gonna be for the lock. Okie dokie. Well, this actually looks really easy to install. It looks like it uses 3 bolts right over here on each side. And that's pretty much it. And then we're gonna be adding in the wiring for the lights. So I think the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is actually install the lights right now, so it's easier while we have the bumper out. I'm wondering what this little section here is. Oh, that's a step. Oh, that's sick. All right, let's just go ahead and install our lights real quick. We have all the stuff over here. It looks pretty self-explanatory. It's got 4 bolts here. It looks like a little gasket you put in between, just to kind of keep the water out. Looks like you got the bolts right over here, and then we have the harness for both lights individually. It looks like these are caps for the PDCs if you don't end up, if your car actually doesn't have PDCs. And this, I'm not sure what this is. We'll figure it out here in a bit. All right, now that I got both fog lights assembled on there, you guys can see it right over here. It looks absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and get it mounted on the truck. All right, so I'm just gonna give you guys a few little updates real quick. I transferred over my license plate. Basically how you do that, it comes with these 2 LED lights. You drag the LED light through here, you put on the nut, it holds the plate at the same time, which is pretty dope. Now we have to transfer over our lock right here. So that lock was actually meant for you to be able to access your spare wheel. So we needed to transfer that over. And then after that, this particular one looks like it has the bracket on the actual bumper. So we need to actually transfer over our trailer hitch to this and then transfer the trailer hitch and the bumper all at the same time over to the truck. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove my hitch just to make it a little bit lighter because this is already crazy heavy as it is. There's 3 bolts there, 3 bolts to the other side. Disconnect the trailer hitch connector, take off the whole hitch, put it on that bumper, and then bring the whole bumper and put it back on the car. So that is what we're gonna end up doing. Let's just right now take off this hitch. So now that we transferred the hitch over, let's go ahead and put it back on the truck and just put in the 6 bolts and we'll be good to go. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna lift this up on my own. This is so heavy. And with enough perseverance, guys, we got it on the car and the fitment is absolutely amazing. I actually can't believe how nicely that fit. That is absolutely beautiful. It is way stronger than the OEM rear bumper. The rear bumper, I wish I could weigh them, honestly. I don't have a scale right now, but the OEM bumper weighs probably like 20 pounds, if that. Maybe like, honestly, like 15 pounds. This one weighs more like 80 pounds, especially with the hitch. That was crazy. So this thing is definitely beefier. It's got the RC logo right there in the center. We've got the LED lights, the 2 steps on the outer and the 2 steps on the top. This thing serves so much purposes. Honestly, for 700 bucks, that is a banger deal. And again, the fitment, guys, check it out, is absolutely amazing. So now that we got the front bumper mount, lift kit, the tires, the wheels, and the tow hitch, that's pretty much almost everything. The last thing I want to go ahead and do is actually get on the roof box in the back. I want to call it a roof box, maybe a cage that can actually hold up our tent box. It's actually going to serve multiple purposes because we can also actually use it to strap things off to the side for also work purposes. So it'll be pretty sick, and at the same time have our tent at the top. So let's go ahead and open up our last box. Now there's a lot of different ways to actually get this thing installed, but I'm gonna go ahead and install it the way that I think is the easiest, which is actually getting all these plastics off of the truck bed first, getting this thing fully assembled, lay it on here, and then pretty much drill some holes. The main reason I wanna do that is because sometimes you can go ahead and drill holes, do some measurements, and then the things are gonna be off or slightly bent or whatever. So I think fully assembling this and making sure it's perfectly in order, having 2 guys lifted on top of here, and then drill a pile of holes, probably gonna be our best bet. Honestly, guys, I popped those off, and it looks like the surface area is just as wide as the plastic. So I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do, honestly, is just put the trim piece back on here and then just drill through that, because literally, unless we hit one of these holes, we should be golden. I'll just make sure by looking at the bottom of this thing that we don't hit any of the holes, and we don't actually have to do twice the measurements. Now again, this is what I'm gonna be doing, so only follow me if you've seen the entire video, because towards the end of the video, if it comes up not looking too great, that's on you. right, so I went ahead and actually got the 2 side beams fully assembled. So pretty much one's gonna be mounted on this side, one's gonna be mounted on the other side. Now we just need the beams that actually connect these all together, and it'll be actually a complete piece, and we can mount it on the truck and start drilling our hole. It's actually pretty easy to assemble, it just takes some time. So let's go ahead and mount those 2 onto here, so we have one complete piece. Now that we got it fully assembled, let's get it on the truck. And guys, we got it fully bolted up, looking absolutely stunning. I love the details of rough country right over here, rough country all the way up over here. This thing looks absolutely stunning, and just check out this truck from this angle, guys. This is decked out in rough country. Now the absolute last thing we have to get on this truck from rough country is gonna be the tent, which is the part that I've been literally super stoked about. And we got an extended ladder because they're the 6-inch lift kit. It's gonna be super sick. I'm exhausted, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Getting this thing riveted used a lot of my energy, but long story short, it's done. Super stoked, and yeah. That ain't going nowhere. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow when we actually get the tent on the truck. Here she is, guys, in all of its glory. Fully wrapped up still. I haven't even opened it yet, but this thing is crazy heavy. So I got my boy over here, EJ. He's gonna be helping me up, lift this thing up, and hopefully it should be a pretty easy install. And we really worked down this stack. This thing was literally filled to the brim of rough country stuff, but guys, we're almost there. And this right here actually is the extension ladder, because we have a 6-inch lift kit for this kit, because it comes with a ladder, but I don't think it'll clear without this bad boy. So we got everything. And just like that, guys, we got it mounted. It's actually really easy. Basically, you just put in some hardware on the top of the rail, put this little cross member beam, tighten up some nuts, and good to go. So now we're gonna go ahead and test the box and actually see. This thing is crazy high right now, guys. Like the 6-inch lift kit, you guys can see the top of this garage. This is this can pretty much fit. I feel like you can back up a semi truck in here now in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how high we are right now. Oh, that looks rad, guys. What's the point of this? Covers the ladder?
Just covered.
Oh!
You didn't even need the extension.
We don't even, do we not? That's crazy.
Oh, dude.
Oh, we're good. We don't need no extension. That's solid. You think you can handle my weight, though?
I don't know.
We're supposed to find out. I weigh like 240. Hold on, record me. If I fall, it is what it is. Hold on. Actually, there should be some safety things over here. Is this supposed to be at this angle? I don't know, bro. I think it's supposed to be... Hold on. That just doesn't feel right. I think it's supposed to be like... I think this seems a little more... It makes a little more sense. You know what I mean? I'm not getting down.
You gonna take a nap up there? Oh,
no, I'm scared of heights. I didn't think this thought.
How you doing?
We're on pause right here.
Everything
when we actually go out camping, you'll see me inside.
Everything looks small from up there?
Huh? I'm low-key, We made it, boys! Oh, this is nice. You know what's crazy? My feet are a little bit sticking out right now because I don't want to make this thing dirty. But like, look, I'm a 6-foot guy. And look how much space is in here, bro. Isn't that wild?
There's a whole lot.
Huh?
There's a whole lot.
This can fit my whole family. I'm 6'2".
6'2".
This can fit my whole family, bro. This is a really good sized tent. We got windows here on the side, guys. Right here, you can have that exposed. And I think you could put this out like that. It comes with some rods. Or you could just put a tint on there or completely block it out.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rad. I love that. And then...
Good to go.
It was a great experience. Time to put the car away for the season. Nah, guys, honestly, this is really sick. Now my wife loves camping, so now I have no excuse because this is actually really comfortable. I've been laying down here, honestly, really comfortable. He's shaking the bottom, he's scaring me. But everything's great in the Navy, guys. So guys, as you can see, the tent is fully assembled. We got everything we wanted to get on this truck. Honestly, a crazy transformation from 1 week worth of work. I pretty much did one mod a day, honestly, guys, because this thing, otherwise it would have took about 2 to 3 straight days getting this thing fully assembled. We got the lift kit, the wheels, the tires, the rear bumper, the tow hitch, the rear bar here, the rough country tent, not to mention the front bumper, which is absolutely insane. We did get everything wired up as well, so all the LED lights do work and look pretty incredible. And this, guys, is what I'm super stoked about. I'm gonna be planning out my second official camping trip in this, and I think I'm gonna enjoy it so much better. I also have a rough country fridge on the way as well for the full camping experience, and then I'm gonna be getting a power distribution box as well, so we can charge all of our devices and whatnot, and in the grill, you know. If you guys enjoyed this build as much as I did, make sure to smash that like button. It's not a typical video I do on this channel. I build usually a lot of sports cars, but this is something I've been really trying to do because honestly, I love trucks. It's very handy for my company. It's very handy for myself on my day-to-day use, even for some home projects. And then now, not to mention, I want to have some fun with the truck, going some off-roading, camping. My wife loves camping. I can't stress that enough. So I think she's gonna truly enjoy camping with this tent, which is super sick. And like I said, guys, this truck does have 240,000 miles, does have its wear, but it is a platinum, and you can pick these things up for like 5 or 6 grand. Do this full rough country build. You could be in a car you could be in a project like this for under $15,000, which is pretty insane. And you're getting not only luxury, but you're getting reliability, and you're also getting the full off-roading experience, the full camper experience. Again, I can't stress this enough. Super thankful Rough Country also provides all these kind of parts for this platform. There's a lot of truck companies that don't provide all the parts you need for a particular truck build. I know a buddy of mine had a Ford Ranger, went with another company, and they barely had all the things he needed. So you had to actually source out to, you did have to sort out to Rough Country because they did provide everything he needed for his build. And if you guys like the way this build turned out, make sure to smash the like button and let me know what kind of truck build you guys do with Rough Country, because I am considering on doing a Ranger build as well, because I don't know why, I really am getting into trucks lately.